For exercise 4-41-4, I've already gone ahead and started my file. And what I want to do is click on Front and Sketch. Now, on this particular assignment, we are given a pretty big blessing as far as this book is concerned. It's actually a metric file, which means we can use the grid. Now notice I've turned on the grid and I've turned on my closed loop indicator and my open end indicator. I'm also going to turn on the rest of my construction points and stuff like that, just so that I have all the information I need as I go through here. So rather than having to zoom in all the way first, what I can do is I can simply go ahead and draw my first circle, and I can draw my second circle, and now I can begin to actually put dimensions to this thing and get it going. So now I'll start a line right from the top of here, and I'm just going to draw it over to there. We'll do another line from the top of here, same length as that other one that we've already created. Line from the top of here that's going to line up right there, and a line from here the same length. Now I can draw my lines to close off these parts. And use my delete segment tool to get rid of segments that I do not need. Now what I'm left with is the basic overall shape of the outside of this object, and what I want to do is I want to place my dimensions. This dimension here is an R of 30. This is an R of 20. I need a dimension from center to center, which is going to be 96. And I need a dimension, actually this dimension right here, so I can say okay, and I'll just convert this weak dimension into the strong dimension of 60. So with that, I've got everything that I need to actually finish my sketch and extrude my part. And my extrusion height, it says the base is 10 millimeters thick, the boss height is 5 millimeters, so I'm going to go 10 and hit the checkbox. Next I'm going to put in my two rounds, which are going to have a radius of 15, and for my sets I want to select this object right here and this object right here. Go ahead and hit the checkbox so that those are done. Now I have a default axis right here that I can use for the big hole, but I don't have an axis around this side, so I want to click on axis and click right here just so that I have an axis to work from to put in my holes. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go to the hole command, and I want it on this surface. Hit Control, select my axis. I want this hole to go through all, and I want it to have a diameter of 20. So I can hit the button to accept that one, go back to the hole command. I want to select this surface, hit Control, grab my Z axis, and for some reason it's not letting me pick default axes today. So I'll go ahead and just put in another axis. It only takes a second. So now I'll go back to my hole command, click my top edge, select right here, or hit my computer now. So we'll select through all, and again this one also has a diameter of 20. So now I can accept that. Now locating the hole that I've got in the middle here is going to be particularly challenging, simply because it is lined up on center but it's referenced from another hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the hole command, and I'm going to select this surface, but for my placement under my offset reference and this axis. So you can see it gives me a dimension from the axis, which needs to be 48. Distance from the side, if this thing has a radius of 30, that means 30 is also going to be directly in the center. The hole does go through all, and it has a radius of 10. So I can select that. Now I'll go ahead and click on this top surface to do a new sketch. And again, I want to make sure that I'm actually working on the top surface. And now I'm going to click the use command, and I'm going to grab this circle here. We'll close that out, and I'm going to draw another circle outside of that one with a diameter of 30. I can now finish that sketch and extrude that profile a height of 5, because it says that our boss height is 5. So there we have exercise 4-41-4.